Hello, good evening, and welcome back to students. First of all, हम लोग बहुत टाइम के बाद मिल रहे हैं, तो आई वुड डेफिनेटली वांट टू आस्क कि आप सब लोग कैसे हो. आई होप आप सब फाइन होंगे एंड यू आर टेकिंग केयर ऑफ योर पेरेंट्स एज वेल एज योर स्टडी. तो आज हम लोग पढ़ेंगे एनसीईआरटी क्लास 10 चैप्टर नंबर 8, दैट इज इंट्रोडक्शन टू ट्रिगोनोमेट्री. जैसे कि आपकी स्क्रीन में है. तो बेसिकली बिफोर गोइंग अहेड वी मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड कि हम कोई चीज़ पढ़ क्यों रहे हैं. जब हम लोग ये समझेंगे कि हम कोई चीज़ पढ़ क्यों रहे हैं, देन विल बी एबल टू cope up well and will be able to understand the things well and will be able to perform well in the exam, right? So why do we study trigonometry? It is a combination of three things, basically: tri, gono, and met. तो अभी ट्राई क्या होता है, मतलब एनीथिंग विच इज थ्री. गोनो मीन्स क्या होता है? हाइट, लेंथ, एंगल. एंड मेट्री मीन्स मेजर. तो ये तीन चीज़ें जब हम लोग एक साथ यूज करते हैं, देन वी कॉल इट एज अ trigonometry. Okay. Now, what are the daily life applications of the trigonometry and where does it come from? Trigonometry का origin है probably 4,000 years back, which is the Mesopotamia civilization, and since then it's been used for various purposes, such as the study of archaeological monuments and many other civil works. So, what are the day-to-day applications for the same? अगर कुछ हम लोग इफ वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड, तो वी कैन measure the height which cannot be measured with the simple measure. For example, which is given in your book, that is the measuring the height of the Qutub Minar, right? Now, one more application is also in the video games that you play. पहले जब हम लोग छोटे थे, और प्रॉब्ली आप लोग के टाइम पे भी सुपर मारियो करके एक गेम आता था, जिसमें सुपर मारियो का जंप डिसाइड होता है कि व्हेन यू प्रेस द बटन इट विल जंप, और जंप करके कितनी साइड जाए, कितना दूर जाएगा. सो दैट ऑल्सो यूटिलाइज द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ ट्रिगोनोमेट्री, राइट. उसमें उसके बाद किसी चीज़ का कंस्ट्रक्शन करना है, किसी लार्ज चीज़ का कंस्ट्रक्शन कंस्ट्रक्शन करना है. फॉर एग्जांपल, the Statue of Unity, which has been constructed, which cannot be measured with the normal scale. So what you have to do, we have to tone down the things, मतलब बड़े साइज को छोटी साइज की स्केल में ट्रांसफॉर्म करना होता है. एंड देन वी डिसाइड विद द हेल्प ऑफ द ट्रिगोनोमेट्री दैट कितनी रेशियो में चीज़ें हों. So that way we are able to make bigger a statue with the help of smaller measurement or the scale. How this transformation is done from the smaller scale to bigger scale, or scale to smaller scale, that you will probably learn when you grow up or when you take your engineering or master degrees. And For basic calculation, there are programs in the computer that are available, so you can make use of them. Trigonometry is also used in flight engineering as well. वो कैसे? Where there is a radar used, uh, जो रडार एयरक्राफ्ट के नीचे में होता है, आई मीन विच बेसिकली मेजर्स द अल्टीट्यूड ऑफ द एयरक्राफ्ट, दैट्स कॉल्ड अल्टीमीटर. अल्टीमीटर अपना एक रेट ट्रांसफॉर्म करता है, सिंपली जस्ट एज अ रडार, एंड when it receives back, so that gives a straight distance to the ground. सेम वे किस एंगल पे लैंडिंग करनी है, दैट इज कैलकुलेटेड विद द हेल्प ऑफ the height and the latitude, right? So it is also used in flight engineering. This is one of the examples. There are many other examples you can think of, and you might have come across. और आप लोग मैथ्स के साथ फिजिक्स भी पढ़ रहे होंगे, तो फिजिक्स में भी इन लॉट ऑफ फॉर्मूला, और इन डेली लाइफ एप्लीकेशन, और इन कैलकुलेशंस ऑफ स्पेस फिजिक्स, और एस्ट्रोनॉमिकल कैलकुलेशन, या मेजरिंग द डिस्टेंस ऑफ द डिस्टेंट प्लैनेट स्टार्स, इन सब में trigonometry is used. You would be surprised to know that trigonometry is also used in criminology. क्रिमिनोलॉजी क्या होती है? जैसे कोई क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटी होती है, सपोज कोई एक्सीडेंट होता है, कोई किसी को बुलेट लगती है, या फॉर दैट मैटर एनी क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटी. तो when the investigators invite, they also find out at what angle the bullet was shot, at what angle the accident took place. So based on that, the speed and the distance that to be measured. So these are few applications of trigonometry in day-to-day life. अभी हम लोग will go line by line, and we'll go with uh, 8.1, that is introduction part. जैसे कि आपको स्क्रीन पे दिखा है, you have already studied about triangles, and in particular right triangles in your earlier. Let us take some examples from your surroundings where triangles can be imagined to be formed. For instance, example 1, suppose the student of the school are visiting Qutub Minar. If the student is looking to the top of the Minar, मतलब यहाँ पे आपका स्टूडेंट खड़ा है, और यहाँ से अगर टॉप में देखते हैं, राइट ट्राइंगल कैन बी इमेजिन टू बी मेड. कैसे राइट ट्राइंगल बनेगा? This will be right, okay, which is denoted here. Can the student find out the from the figure 8.1? Can the student find out the height of the mina without actually measuring it? क्या आप लोग कर सकते हो? Obviously not. We can just guess, or we can just judge. Otherwise, you cannot measure it accurately. Second example. Suppose the girl is sitting on the balcony. Girl कहाँ पे है? Is sitting here. Sitting on a balcony on her house located on the bank of the river. See, this is the river. ये जो part है, that is the river. She is looking down at a flower pot placed at the stair of the temple situated nearby on the other bank of the river. That is, yeah, she is looking like. A triangle is imagined to be made in this situation as shown in figure 8.2. अब कौन सा ट्राइंगल दिखा है इन्होंने? This again, right. If you know the height at which the person is sitting, you can find the width of the river. So you can find it out when you know the application of the trigonometry. Can you find it out now? Now coming to the next page, point number 3. Suppose a hot air balloon is flying in the air. A girl happens to spot the balloon in the sky and runs to her mother to tell her about it. Her mother rushes out of the house to look at the balloon. Now, when the girl had spotted the balloon initially, it was at point A. मतलब पहले यहाँ पे था जब गर्ल ने देखा. When both the mother and daughter came out to see, it had already traveled to the other distance at point B. Can you find the altitude of B from ground? Means ये part. Now, what is altitude? Altitude is nothing but the distance of any object from the ground. In the situations given above, the distances or heights can be found by using some mathematical technique which come under a branch of mathematics that is called trigonometry. The word trigonometry is derived from the word tri, that is three, gon means side, and metron means measure. In fact, trigonometry is the study of relationship between the sides and the angles of the triangle. Earliest known work for the trigonometry was recorded in Egypt, as I already mentioned, Egypt and the Babylon. Early astronomer, जैसे मैंने बताया था कि जो एस्ट्रोनॉमर्स होते हैं to find out the distance between the planets, they use it. So early astronomers used it to find out the distances of the stars and the planets from the Earth. Even today, most of the technologically advanced methods used in engineering and physical sciences are based on trigonometrical concepts. In this chapter, we will study some ratio of the sides of right angle with respect to its acute angle. What is right angle triangle? Right angle triangle वो होता है जिनकी one side is 90. And what is the sum of all three sides of the triangle? All three angles of the triangle, that is 90 plus x plus y. If this is x, this is y, then it will be 90 plus x plus y. There has to be 180. Okay, because the sum of the angles of the triangle is 180. In this chapter, we will study some ratio of sides of the right angle triangle with respect to its acute. What is an acute angle? Acute angle is the one which angle is less than 90 degree. Any value less than 90 degrees for acute. Okay. But trigonometric ratios of the angle. We will restrict our discussion to acute angles only. अभी हम किस चीज़ की बात करेंगे? एंगल जो कि 90 डिग्री से कम है उनकी ही बात करेंगे. Why? That I will explain later in the succeeding class. However, these ratios can be extended to other angles also. We will also define the trigonometric ratios for the angles of measure between 0 and 90. We will calculate trigonometric ratios for some specific angles and establish some identities involving these ratios, that is trigonometric identity. Can anyone tell trigonometric identities क्या क्या होती है? Anyway, In succeeding classes we will be studying in detail about all these identities, but उसके पहले just एक presumption के लिए, एक प्री इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए मैं बता देता हूँ, दे आर साइन cos and these are basic trigonometry identity. Okay, so we in this video we'll keep it till this point, and in next video we'll study the topic from 8.2 on. So thank you so much, and if you have any doubts, you can ask it in the comment box, and you will definitely get the reply in short time. Thank you so much.